Where we last left off, you had caught up to the Blackwild Manor only to find the entirety of the manor in flames. After casing the area as quickly as you could, you found Amara, and you were able to rescue her from the burning mansion. But it was too late. She was already dead. Alstro, you were able to siphon what was left of her lore. And after devouring it, you were able to see Amara's last moment. You were able to see that she and her father had gotten along. Up until the point that Raimi, framing Amara, set fire to the manor and goaded her into attacking and making it look like she was trying to assassinate them. And so we rejoin you as you hear troubling growling, a disturbed sound coming from the trees nearby. And as you look to see the source of the sound, you see Dante, the wolfhound, peeking its way through the.
The first thing Alstra does after relaying that information, she looks over to Warren. Warren, they probably left a while ago. If we're going to catch them, there isn't much time.
He nods. I'll see if I can't try and find some tracks to follow.
Thank you.
Is there a way to trace a mage after they've used magic somewhere?
There are, yes, and you'll be able to basically use if you kind of a detect magic roll, if you will, in conjunction with that, and basically two different ways of tracking that hopefully will come to fruition.
All right, so I'm making a magic roll.
Yes. Make it against 4 difficulty, but get an automatic upgrade because of your eye patch. Oh,
all right.
Shit.
That's good. And as they're doing this, can I do a pep talk with the people that are grieving at the moment?
Yeah. And Dante is still kind of slowly approaching, his eyes looking at Amara's body.
I'm honestly gonna call out to she's still got fucking tears in her eyes, but she's gonna call out to Dante because she knows the dog.
Can you make a survival check real quick? It'll be against 3 difficulty, but add 2 boost dice because you have interacted with him a bunch. And so as you call out to the dog as you guys kind of consolidate your things, and Dante looks up at you and he slowly makes his way over to the group, not growling anymore, but just kind of slowly and deliberately. And he makes his way over to Amara, and as he gets to Amara's corpse, he begins to whimper, and he licks her a couple of times to try and elicit some sort of reaction, which of course doesn't get anything. And Dante actually pulls its head back and he lets out a mournful howl. And Connor and Warren, the two of you guys start looking for go off to start kind of trying to find some sort of trace. And we'll get to that in a second.
We probably have something to cover the body, right? Or just like
just like a cloth or something. Yeah, imagine you guys have something.
Yeah. All right, everyone. And just kind of like surveying the crowd or the group. If Connor and Warren are able to find where they went, we're going to give chase. But I know it's difficult to say given the circumstances, but we're going to need She kind of struggles with her words a bit, actually. We're going to have to convince that Raimi is the one that set Amara up. And given the fact that she's been by Julia's side for years, it's going to be difficult to make him believe us. If we have any chance at all, we're going to need to go into this with clear heads. Can all of you do that?
Clear head, huh?
If nothing else, think of all the lives that we were able to save today because of what we did. Had we not been in Brimrad today, had we not been giving the rally today, there's a possibility that everybody in that city would have been dead. Though we lost someone very important to us, we were able to save countless others. Such things are the unfortunate sacrifice of war. It doesn't make it easier, but
Davian stands up at that, wiping his tears, and looks at Alstro. Fine. I'll play along. But
Davian,
make no mistake, she's not getting away with this.
she's not. But Davian, do you remember what I told you back in Zodia?
Oh,
I need to hear it from you.
I forgot what you said. Not gonna lie.
Out of character or in character?
Out of character. That's not...
Essentially, let their memory be the wind in your sails as opposed to the anchor at your back.
I won't let her death weigh me down. But still, she hurt more than just Amara.
I'm aware.
One way or another, she will pay for her crimes.
She will.
That said, I'd rather we not leave her like this.
And would it be overstepping my bounds for me to give B the order?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Beatrice. I don't wish to leave you behind, but
She shakes her head. I understand. I can take care of things here and head back to Brimrad. Let them know what happened.
thank you. Be safe.
I'm not the one chasing down a sociopath.
Still. Then. So how are Westlin and Renzu right now, actually?
Westlin is being stoic and quiet, and you can tell that there's an anger on him, but he's actually doing like as alright as he can be.
Okay.
Because he's also directing that rage towards Raimi and not towards his people, it seems.
Okay.
She's not doing very hot.
Yeah, he's basically just comforting. And Alstro, as you finish speaking, Dante actually saunters over to you, and he looks up at you and kind of tilts his head a little bit, and he sniffs the air near you.
Oh. I reach out my hand to the dog.
And Dante actually starts licking your hand,
Well,
which you've not actually probably dealt with him much, and if you did, it probably wasn't very good previously.
I have a feeling I know what this is.
You smell like her now.
Yeah. I'm Alright, hi.
And he stops after a moment and once again kind of just goes over towards Amara and is just going to sit down next to her, and is kind of going to lay down next to her and nestle up close to her.
Yeah.
As from your guys' supplies, Beatrice will grab a shovel and we'll start getting to work.
Is Amara's pouch still there?
No, none of her things are there.
Wow, she
She's
took
not
her
even
money,
wearing.
too.
She's
Holy
not wearing. Well, all of her belongings are gone.
Hmm.
She's wearing the replacement clothes that she was given.
Wow.
And now
That bitch.
all the stuff we left behind is now in that burning building too.
Not really.
Did anyone leave anything behind?
No. Why
Probably
would we?
not. We just probably our camping supplies are
Yeah,
there.
probably just some minor things, which you'll be able to get replacements on that, Rad. So because that city's
Yay.
not destroyed. And so as this is happening, Connor, as you and Warren kind of set off, both independently and working in tandem, searching the area for your various clues. Warren isn't actually finding anything, and you can tell that it's perplexing him. Any of the evidence and trails all end up dead. But as you go, oh right. as you continue searching, you kind of you have to scour the area for a bit. But after about 15 to 20 minutes of searching in the area, you see something interesting in the area immediately behind the charred manor. As you look in that section of the area, you see residual magic, a pretty large, sizable chunk of residual magic. That seems to be in conjunction with a sort of summoning magic. In addition to that, you actually notice that in a different way from many of the other bushes in this immediate area that seem to have been spared from the brunt of the actual fire from the manor. You actually notice that there's a small localized circle of foliage and such that is charred. And as you look, you can almost see a trail of magic leading from a trail of magic kind of leading from this area out and north over the hedges and such. It's faint, but it's something that you will probably be able to follow up on if you guys move quickly.
Warren.
And he perks his head up. Did you find something?
Well, I found some magic.
All right. And he comes over and he takes a look and he kneels down and kind of takes a bit of the singed grass and foliage from the area, and he kind of follows the trail that you lead. And as he does, he takes a look at the hedge nearby, and there's evidence that they passed. There's a long strand of black hair and a couple of twigs out of order from where something large clipped the edge of the bush and seemed to break through a portion of it. And he gets a smile on his face and he says, "This might be our ticket. Let's get everybody together. If we can follow this, we might be able to find them." It seems like whatever they took flew out of here. Probably something that's the only that or jumped very high, he says, gesturing to the top of the hedge that's been clipped.
It was probably his accessory.
Oh God, do not do that.
Sorry.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, sure.
I just assumed he appeared out of nowhere.
Oh. And judging from the thing here, it also seems reasonable that he may have summoned something on which he is now flying. Judging from the impact of this magical thing and the fact that it's still here, like the lingering amounts of energy would signify that it was a more powerful spell.
Okay.
He's probably summoned something that he is now flying on, which would also make sense because judging from Raimi's appearance, she's probably not very physically fit. And if Vet is anything to go off of, Corvid Tog will have a 1 in Brawn to start with. So unless she's surprisingly swole, she would not be able to actually fly with another person for a long period of time unless she was stronger than your average Corvid.
Surprisingly swole.
So he's flying, huh?
Time
we
to do
have-
that thing.
And we have 2 Pegasi.
2, it seems, yeah. That could prove a problem. Both of them could fly, and we'll never outpace them if we can't move faster.
Well, let's see how well this works out then. And I need to actually look up the roll.
Oh yeah, I bet I might as well pull those spellcasting things up. I'll need them.
Yeah, I'm also going to
Or-
use.
Or you could just not.
All right, so I'm adding the grand summon and the additional summon.
To try and get 2? Nice, okay.
Yeah,
Or possibly more.
or possibly more. That would be interesting. Not necessary.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, wait, there's more.
And I'm going to use my masterclass thing to take an additional strain and hopefully get this off better.
Nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
You could get 3 if you want.
Fuck yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean that will make it easier to travel with. So
3 for the price of 2.
so go on, describe what happens here.
Connor kind of scratches his head real quick and like flips through a couple pages of Gleipnir. He's like, okay. I haven't actually tried doing this before, so we'll see how this goes.
As
And
you
he-
say that, and as you like go to certain pages, you just see the words "no time like the present" show up on the page. He pieced together what you were doing from the pages you opened.
And he stops on a page and he starts not even looking up, like he traces an outline in the air. And everywhere his finger trails across leaves behind like this dark purple line. He draws out a design fairly quickly. He's like, all right, I think this is right, or we'll explode. And he puts his hand against it and like ignites it with magic.
And so as you do that, the circle kind of expands out across the book, almost like expanding across the page. And as it does, multiple circles would appear and kind of shoot below the book and into the ground. And the symbol moves outwards in front of you, grows to the size of a silhouette creature, about 15 by 15 feet. And as it kind of spins and kind of almost acclimates to the spell as certain symbols and glyphs kind of appear, the sigil then replicates itself in 2 more. Boom! Split off from it and appear to its left and its right. And what do these things look like?
Oh man, you know that first of all, they're giant wyverns.
They are very big wyverns. The silhouette 3.
And the kind of like how the carbuncle looks, in that it just looks relatively the same, just not quite as lifelike. And they're all dark purple in color, like same as the line was.
And yeah, so you as you conjure these things out, they let out a almost like a soundless roar as they come into being. And Warren just kind of nods his head and looks at you and says, "That's an impressive trick. All right, everyone, we need to get going. If we're going to catch them, we need to move now. Pick a friend." And he whistles, and his Pegasus comes flying as well.
Also, while we're flying, can I try and heal Hiei's crit? One of
Yes.
his crits. Yeah. So Hiei is my partner.
And yeah,
Sounds
so
good.
on top of that, yeah, who's riding with who?
I mean, how many people can fit in one?
Yeah, obviously Connor and Warren are on their Pegasi.
I can go with Nate.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we get 8 people across these 3. So 2 or 1 person, or 2 will have to have 3, and 1 will have to have 2.
Okay.
I think you know who I'm going to be with.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
man,
fair.
I can have the trio with me.
Yeah, I go with Hiei. But
Yeah,
before we go actually. Westland Renzu. Are you two going to be okay?
Not until we bring that woman to justice.
I meant, are you going to be able to
Yes,
hold it together for the fight?
I will. I
And-
won't make that mistake again.
Alistair
I
is
swear.
actually, as she's making eye contact with Westlin, looking down at Rinzu, like kind of glancing, like kind of doing that thing where I'm talking to you but gesturing kind of to the person,
Yeah.
and so it's like kind of, Westlin, please make sure she's okay. Like, or she's going to be okay.
But yeah, she's just staying quiet right now.
And he kind of looks back as the two of you guys mount up on this thing, and we're going to bring her to justice, Rinzu. Promise. And Beatrice offers a sad smile and says, "I'll take care of things here. Get out of here. Go quick. Be safe, please." And with that, the two Pegasi and the three phantasmal wyverns kick off the ground and begin to zip up into the air. You guys speed off as quickly as you can, and because you guys got 2 successes with triumphs working together, you guys are not going to have to make another check.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Alright.
that is
Good shit.
I specifically said if both of these things work in tandem like that, you guys are just gonna like with successes and triumphs. Yeah, no, you're good.
And can I
that
roll
said,
the,
Yeah, go ahead and go ahead and do
okay,
that.
heal critical, so that's adds 2. So that's just 3 difficulty.
Yes.
Oh my god.
All right. Yeah. So that will heal that up, and it also heals the remainder of your wounds.
Oh, cool.
Okay, and can I use those 2 to regain my strain?
You can, or you can recover strain on either one.
Take it for yourself. It's fine.
Okay.
There's no way we can probably roll a cool check as we're going into this to recover anything, can we?
Unfortunately not, because this is still pretty high intensity.
Yeah.
So, which one did that get rid of? I have 2 of them.
It
Or
does
that I've
the
gotten
higher.
both of them. Okay. Probably.
Scan
Okay.
it. It's higher. And so you guys race off as quickly as you can, keeping low to the trees as to not attract attention. Warren keeps an eye out and notes a couple of other inconsistencies. From the looks of it, it seems like they're also flying low through the canopy so that they can't be seen. Clearly, Raimi knows what she's doing, and he indicates as much as you guys follow up. Connor, you keeping an eye on the magical trace, almost seemingly racing against this as it's beginning to go. And unfortunately, yeah, you do have 3 15-foot wyverns. There's only so much you guys can do. Luckily, the foliage is not thick enough where it's going to slow you down. So as you guys race through the trees as quickly as you can, an hour passes, 2 hours, and you continue keeping your eyes peeled for as much situation as you. And as you guys continue onwards, let me. Okay, another thing to ask: are you guys trying to? Are you guys going to try and catch them in the air, or are you going to try and catch them on the ground?
I think we're just trying to catch them in general, and then if we
Yeah.
can force them down, we will. But
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Like, catching them takes priority, and just like we'll take what we can get.
That's
Yeah.
completely fair. And
We're just trying to find them.
And so as you guys race to the trees, the night falls, and as the sun begins to set, as you guys are racing on to go, with as you guys race your way through, there's a almost out of nowhere, you guys hear a you know when there's those gigantic swarms of crows, and you just hear cawing that almost seems to echo through the sky and the air, and almost reverberates from around all of you. That happens, and you guys find yourself flying literally through an entire cloud. Oh, sorry, wrong. And you guys find yourself, as out of nowhere, flying through a massive cloud of jet black raven and crows.
Well,
It's not hard to tell that these are not living creatures as they blast through all of you. I need one person from each of the 5 flying people to make a riding check.
Shit. I think. Can I use Melody's agility? Or can I
Only
just
the
have
person
Melody?
only the person who is piloting the thing would be able to make the checks.
Oh fuck, never mind.
I'll have Melody be writing.
Do you want me to
you
try
got
and
that?
fly? I mean, I don't have anything in writing, but I do have 5 agility.
Yeah. Yeah. No, your agility is better than mine.
Alright, Melody, take it.
Riding it is. What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be, let's see, these things were going at speed 3, and this obstacle is going to be, and there's silhouette 3. So that'll be, it's going to be against 2 red and 1 purple,
Oh God.
because you guys were going full bore. And because of their silhouette, they're not exactly, Oh, and you guys are also going to get a -1 on your riding check because they have a -1 to handling.
Okay.
Because they're a bit
Do I
What
have
does
a
that
slightly
mean?
different roll actually?
Yes, actually. Yours is a little bit easier. Yours is 3 purple, 1 red, and you actually get a boost dice instead. But the people riding the wyverns.
I'm sorry, you
yeah.
say 3 purple and 1 red?
Oh, sorry, 2 purple, 1 red. Sorry.
Okay.
Upgraded ones. My bad.
I'm having Melody ride.
Okay. A second. So, are we on a wyvern or are we on your Pegasus?
You're on a wyvern. The only
You're
people
on
who
a
are on
wyvern.
Pegasus
I'm on a
are
Pegasus.
Warren.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so
Oh
riding. What do you mean by that?
So yeah, if you're making the check, it's going to be against 2 red, 1 purple, and 1 black.
Right. You said -1.
Oh, that's
Riding, what
just
does that
that's what the setback is from. It's handling is a mount feature that makes it harder to ride.
Does that decrease the ability? Does that take away from ranks?
It
what
adds a
is-
setback.
It
adds
has
a
step back.
Okay, thank you. Well,
Yay!
all right.
nice.
Oh. Here it comes.
Ah,
Oh no!
there it is.
Oh, no.
Wow! All blanks. All blanks.
It's okay,
Holy
I'm gonna
shit.
re-roll it.
Opal Stone.
Wow.
I'm gonna abuse the fuck out of this power because I need it.
A
Good.
vision.
If we have it.
And what is There's one more person that needs to check.
It's Rinzu and Westland, and I'm not driving.
That's fair.
Wow!
What the fuck?
Roll the green dice. Use the light side.
So as you guys fight to keep them in the things in the air, because of the sheer size of them, you get the 2 wyverns being piloted by Melody and Hiei. You guys are able to bank them through the storm of crows well enough, but Connor, you and Westland hit the brunt of it, and a bunch of them actually collide with you guys. And I need everybody on those 2 mounts to make a resilience check against 2 difficulty. As
Oh.
the crows begin to
Wow.
actually peck and tear at your flesh to try and
Rude.
avoid.
I'm going to go down now. Then
God,
Waste.
Don't
I
worry.
don't have any resilience.
Don't worry, this isn't like a make or break.
You just said 2, right?
Yeah, just against 2.
Oh my god.
Ugh. Ah,
All right.
The 2-1 brawn characters.
God damn.
So Connor, you're gonna suffer 2 strain, and Rinzu, you're going to take a critical injury at -20, and Connor, you're gonna take one at -10.
What the fuck?
Did you count for my durable?
No, I didn't. So you're actually gonna take a -20 as well. And so as you guys are ripped and torn, going through this, you guys are forced down. You're able to still keep control of your mounts enough where like you basically just duck down and are able to bob and weave through trees coming at you through storms of crows. And as these phantasmal creatures begin to peck and dig at you, Rinzi, you get the distracted critical injury. During your next turn, you do not get a free maneuver. And Connor, with the Headringer, you increase the difficulty of all intellect and cunning checks by 1 until the end of the encounter.
Oh, good.
That's actually really unfortunate. And so as you rush your way down, you narrowly avoid a tree. And as the creatures kind of dig and slam into it, you actually crack your head up lightly
oof.
up against a branch as you narrowly avoid a direct collision with the tree itself. And your vision kind of spins and dizzies for a moment. As the murder of crows kind of fades as you guys go through, are the rest of you guys dropping down to support the others?
Can I
Are you
roll
guys
a
gonna
perception
consolidate?
check before?
Yes. Anybody on those the ones that are still up in the sky can roll a perception.
Okay. Difficulty?
The difficulty will be and Connor, you're going to suffer 2 extra. Or actually, sorry, those 2 other the 2 threats that you're going to get on the riding check are going to be spent to cause you to start prone as you have a little bit of a crash landing. But you don't take any extra besides that. The difficulty is going to be against.
Oh, so I'm on the ground now?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
you're on the ground and Moonheart is right next to you. And it's going to be against 3 purple and 3 red.
Holy shit.
Oh, fuck you too.
Well.
Shit.
Oh, and add a setback dice because it is the twilight hours.
God damn it. You're gonna fuck this up for me, aren't you? Okay.
No, it's all good. Nope.
Oh, guess.
Oh, diggity dog.
Determine the murder this.
And so you guys will see her after her first round of combat.
Go ahead.
But as you guys look around, you guys do distinctly see Julius standing in a bit of a clearing. His hands are kind of spread out, and as he mutters a couple of incantations, and as you see him, you watch as the air around him kind of quickens, and in a burst of phantasmal feathers, you see an abundance more conjured creatures appear out of nowhere. The phantasmal ravens quirking through the sky, spread out. There are easily over 100 of these. In a massive like cloud that's kind of charging through everything, and in the conjuration circles that appear around him, you see three more figures. Two of them roughly the size of a person, as two jet white cranes with hauntingly long feathers conjure into being to his left and to his right, and behind him, in a burst of fire and shadow, appears to be a jet black image of a gigantic flaming creature. You would definitely know that this is an homage to a phoenix.
Right.
in a shadowy conjuration. And judging from the flames, the hot red fire that licks off of its body, the fire that is there is very much a part of what he is. And as you think back to the extra fire that you saw earlier, Connor, that makes perfect sense. He likely was flying on top of one of the creatures.
He is
And-
going to turn back and look at Alstro and what's the plan?
How far away is he from us right now?
He is one of those is let me get that in a second. Hang on, I gotta make sure I get these right. 1 point. Yes. And so as all of this happens, as you look down, you see Julius. Julius is probably about. Julius is about, we'll say, long range from you guys right now, in the air and on the ground. Or he's in medium range from the ones on the ground. But long range from those in the air still. The cranes and the phoenix are near him, and the ravens are flying through the air. So let's see. First up is going to be Raimi's turn. Let's see who's on the ground. We got Rinzu, we got Westlin, and we have Connor. One of you guys is going to get hit. Connor.
Great.
No, if he dies, it's a game over.
The one
If I die, then you guys are dropping out of the sky.
That too. What is your evasion?
Do I count as being hit?
Yes, you do.
Right now it is only 3.
Right. Just gonna get an extra boost dice because you do not see her coming.
I'm gonna
Ooh.
strangle. Great.
And so as you begin to get up, a blue streak appears in the trees nearby, and a massive elegant blue jay with immaculately kept feathers appears literally right on top of you, and its sharp talons digs straight into you. You're going to take 7 points of damage. And it's going to inflict a critical injury with plus 20, minus 10, so plus,
okay.
So yeah, because you have durable. And so as she almost lands with her full, not very substantial, but still a lot of speed coming into it, weight, she slams down into you, and you get the scattered senses. Critical injury, you remove all boost dice from checks that you make for the remainder of the encounter. And with that triumph, she's going to upgrade the ability of your next check once. And echoing, her eyes kind of flicker an icy blue as this blue jay appears in front of you, and her voice echoes quietly to you, and she says. And she says, "You followed quicker than I thought you would. No matter."
Maybe you shouldn't have left such an obvious trail.
And with that, that's when her talons dig in a bit more, and you feel your body kind of seize from the pain a little bit. Let's see. At this distance, Julius is going to actually no, the ravens are going to, or no, the phoenix is actually going to go. And the phantasmal phoenix takes up into the air and streaks through the sky towards you guys. And in a flash of a moment, the phoenix matches those of you who are in the sky. And as it does, as it approaches, it's in about short range from all of you guys. And that's when you see its blackened body begins to kind of glow a bit. And let's see, which of the two wyverns in the sky is it gonna hit? Odds it'll be Alstro's, evens it will be Davian's.
Can I parry
Odds,
those?
so Alstro. No, because it's actually not shooting it at you. Well, first off, it's shooting it at Alstro's.
Gotcha.
And secondly, this attack is a blast attack.
Mhm.
And so you can't necessarily parry it. But it's going to be shot at it's actually being shot at your entire wyvern. And yeah. So Alstro, TA, and who else is on with you guys?
It was just us.
Yeah, because Rinzu, Connor, Melody is on them. Nate is with them. Westlin is with her, and right. And I was like, wait, but didn't we have? Oh, right. And so the two of you guys are going to take 9 points of damage. Or sorry, actually, yeah, you're going to take 9 points of damage as a streak of black and red fire shoots through the air, and it stops right before it hits the wyvern, and it spreads out in almost in a lotus petal that explodes outwards and washes over the two of you guys with fire. It is magic
Back up for my
damage, so it does not burst through resistance. So it goes against your resistances.
So,
And the stone doesn't have any passive aura buffs, does it?
Unfortunately, not. No.
Didn't think so.
But both of you guys, or actually just one of you guys, Hiei, as your resistance did not soak the entirety of the damage, it also is going to inflict the burn 2 quality, and so you're going to take 8 points of magic damage at the beginning of each of your next 2 turns.
how many points?
8. It is subtracted. It is subtracted by your resistance, so you'll take 4. And
Okay.
so you are now burning for 2 rounds.
So I've got 2 plans.
We need to land now.
Yeah.
All right, and it is also important note. Julius as he's kind of making more conjurations, more cranes and ravens have begun to show up. I need you guys to pick 2 NPCs that can fight with you. The others are going to be taking care of the bulk of the ravens, so you're only going to be fighting a mini group of 30 of them instead of 100, and also several of the other cranes that are being conjured. So pick 2 NPCs to fight with you guys.
Melody is a mob killer.
I also recommend Warren because more range is better.
So Warren and Melody.
Yeah.
And so as you guys land, Rinzu, you find yourself quickly surrounded by you find yourself quickly surrounded by two cranes and a number of ravens, and Westlin steps up and he his weapon's drawn. His hand begins to kind of burn with fire, and he blasts off a torrent of fire and hits a couple back, and he looks back to you and says, "Go, the others will need you. I'll hold these things off." And one of the cranes flies up, and he blocks it with his 8-ring broadsword. Are you guys said that you're going to be going down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to land.
Closer to where Julius is, but
I'm having
Yeah.
Melody land towards Connor.
And as you guys begin to go down, as you guys don't even make it all the way off, a second Julius conjures a second phantasmal phoenix And as it flies towards you guys, Nate cracks his neck and he says, "I got the ugly one." And as you're going, he actually leaps off, and he's going to his axe kind of with a war cry leaps off and lands on the not when you're too high off the ground. It actually lands on the other phoenix and is going to take care of that so that it's not a fight. And so B's not here, and then so then that's everybody. And yeah, so now it is a player turn.
Can I have, we landed, right?
Yes.
I am sprinting towards Raimi to get him off Connor.
All right.
So-
And so so you're able to use your maneuvers to get the creature down. Can I have you make a riding check against 2 difficulty with a setback dice?
Riding check. Okay. Setback. Okay. Can I get a boost dice for Melody?
Don't worry, that's not to like make it so that you can't land. But it's going to take 2 maneuvers to land.
Fine.
And so you'll either have to use your action to turn it into a maneuver or suffer 2 strain.
I will suffer 2 strain. And so I'm guessing I'm closer now, or within
Yes. You're in close range. You're not quite close enough to be able to strike yet.
range? Okay. I'll use Field Commander.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see the difficulty in that. Okay. 2 difficulty. Boost dice from command. And with that success, everyone gets a free maneuver if they suffer 1 strain.
It's twice your presence, right?
plus my presence.
So yeah, that would be 6 people. So you get to pick everybody but 1, basically.
All the PCs.
All right. So all the PCs and including yourself. Actually, I don't think you could do that on yourself.
I can't use it on myself.
Okay, yeah. So literally
unfortunately.
everybody but you. Never mind.
Yeah. So everyone gets a free maneuver if they
Can I take that maneuver to get the wyvern closer to the ground?
Yes, actually, you'll be able to get with that maneuver. You can get it. You can get it. Make a riding check actually, real quick, against 2 difficulty
Sure.
with a setback.
Riding.
Yes. So with that, you'll actually be able to land it.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah, you guys can all suffer 1 strain. Melody is going to do so, and she's actually, in fact, is going to engage with Raimi. As this thing needs to not be killing Connor. And Warren is going to use it to lower his Pegasus and get it into a better position to fight. So yeah, next player turn. Warren, Melody, Rinzu, Connor, Hiei, and Alstrom.
I say give it to Melody. That way she can start getting some damage on Remy.
Okay.
Can
Any
I
objections?
not be on the ground?
you can use your free maneuver.
You can use your maneuver to stand up, actually, if you
Yeah,
want.
just
Doesn't that cost me strain?
It's
One
just
strain
it's
for the
1 if
free
you use
maneuver.
that free maneuver. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another PC turn afterwards, so
Yeah, but if I can bind her in place.
that's fair. Yeah, go. You can do it first, then. Go for it.
When you said I can use the opal to do paralysis for 1 difficulty cheaper.
Yes.
So 4.
Oh, actually, because you just use it to reroll a thing, it doesn't shut down for a short period of time.
Until my turn, isn't it?
Um. Let's see. That was you may reroll a check until the end of your next turn.
Oh, that's
So-
cool.
So you cannot do it on this turn. But after this turn, you'd be able to use it again.
You can always use chains on her, like regular chains.
Or you just try it anyways.
Yeah, no, because all of my checks are way more difficult already as it is. Never mind, I don't want to
True.
go anymore. Somebody else
So
who can
you're-
actually do something effectively should go.
Actually, how close am I to both Connor and Hiei?
Where did you land the or how close, or where did you want to land the wyvern? PA. That's a question.
Closer to Connor.
Okay. So you're probably in short range of Connor.
Okay, I am.
Yeah, you can try and heal his crits if you want.
I want to try and heal his crits and Hiei's burn, if that's possible.
You have to upgrade it so that you can target both, so that you can end ongoing conditions, and so that you can heal critical injuries. But if you add all of those
That's a lot.
upgrades, you can do it. It would be 1, 2.
Five.
Yeah, it'd be a 5 difficulty check.
5 difficulty unless I want to Avalon
You
upgrade it.
can Avalon upgrade, yeah. And you can kind of mix and match that if you want.
Good aim.
Yeah, I could aim. Because I could use my action to aim.
What do you think?
There isn't a way that I can just put out the fire on myself, is there?
There is. You have to use your action to make a coordination check.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Literally, yeah.
Just worry about him for now, Alstro. I'll end that on my turn.
Okay. Heal critical.
It's +2.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, the other critically that you have has no effect. It's just for the end of that encounter that you had the crit. So
Oh, okay.
it's just there.
Okay, so actually can I so the other maneuver I had, can I use it to pool into the next social check if we're still doing that?
Yes, but it only lasts for like 1 turn.
Okay. So is anyone planning on making a social check this turn?
No.
You guys are unfortunately a little far from Julius.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use this to aim, and that's a boost die.
Mhm.
How does aim work again?
Yeah, boost
It's
dice.
been a while.
You can spend for 1 strain to get these, or use another aim for the free maneuver that I have.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So you'll heal 8 wounds, Connor, and you have one of your which crit, probably the one that increases
Yeah.
checks.
Yeah, how about the one that hurts?
So
my
you're-
ability?
The cloudiness in your mind begins to fade, and you heal wounds and you heal that critical injury as Alster takes care of all that for you. Alster, you're going to suffer 2 additional strain with that threat. Right. And yeah, so as those healing as that healing magic washes over you, go ahead and that's your turn then, right? So next player turn.
It's really gonna hit.
And then we were gonna let Melody go to beat Faison, right?
I would give me.
If you, depending on what you're thinking. Does she want to go here, or do you want to go?
You can go. She can go.
Okay, cool. Then she is in fact going to rush forward and attack.
Fuck him up, babe.
1, 2, 3, 4,
She
5,
completely
6.
freezes.
No. Holy shit.
Oh,
Somebody screenshot that?
That's 3 triumphs. Okay. Good lord.
3 triumphs and a despair for.
Fucking Christ. Ugh.
Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, oh no.
Oh yes.
Does this bitch have improved parry?
No, better. So as
Her
Melody
sword gets
rushes
stuck inside of Amy's chest.
as she rushes forward and she swings at Connor a couple of times, or rather she swings at Raimi, getting her off of Connor. She swishes and dodges the attacks swiftly, and one of the last time that she hits it, oh jeez. Fuck, that's right. How awful. She swings up and she grabs the sword with one of the talons and almost kind of spins Melody around and kind of almost kind of pushes her back with the talon for a minute, and she rushes forward with one more swift slash, and as she does, Rainy pushes her in just the right way, where she's going to spend 1 story point and activate the loyalty ability that she has for being a ringleader, and is going to spend a story point to make the hit somebody else that she's engaged with. And so, Connor, you're going to suffer 7 points of damage. That said, and that damage is Pierce 2. Oh, I forgot to make that 8 points of damage. Sorry, I forgot one of those. She's going to suffer 2 strain to not be disarmed and 2 strain there. But she's going to spend those 3 triumphs to trigger the linked quality on her weapon 3 times, and is going to inflict 4 hits or 3 hits on Raimi with using Astra. So that's going to be ooh, that's a spicy meatball. And so as that happens, her eyes kind of widen as she draws the sword back as she hits, and her eyes kind of grow cold, and she says, "You shouldn't have done that." And she flickers almost seemingly to disappear in a second, and the two of them slash back and forth at each other for a moment, and in a series of blinding strikes. Melody hits her 1, 2, 3, 4, almost an innumerable amount of time, and as lacerations begin to open up on Raimi's body, she kind of staggers back not expecting such an onslaught to hit her, and she's not looking so good all of a sudden. That said, the strain on her old sword is going to inflict 1 point of damage on it, and she cannot arms thrift it. This bitch is churning through her weapons.
Yeah.
Just like a real swordmaster does. Alright, now it's an enemy turn.
Gotta fix those swords.
Let's see. It's gonna be the I'm gonna have Julius go actually. And Julius is going to try and summon some more creatures. Let's see. 1, 2. And he succeeds. And so as he continues to channel, two more phantasmal cranes appear in the area around him. I'm gonna add them real quick. All right. And the Ravens are going to go next. I'm gonna pick a random person. Oh, I guess there's 7, so I'll do a D8. Rinzu. As the cloud of ravens kind of circles around you guys, they are going to make an attack against you as a number of them dart down and are going to try and hit you.
Okay, I have a rank and dodge.
You do have a rank and dodge. Do you want to suffer a strain and use that?
Sure, yes.
All right. They're going to aim because they are everywhere. All right, and you're going to take 5 points of damage. It is no pierce or anything. But they're going to inflict a critical injury on you at -10. Those 2 advantages. Ooh. Ouch. Oh, that's a -10, so it's actually not at the break. It didn't factor in my -10 in. That is compromised. You increase the difficulty of all skill checks by 1 until the end of the encounter. And so as the cloud of ravens oh wait, you already had a critical injury. So it is at the brink. So you don't get that. You get at the brink, so every time that you perform an action, you suffer 1 strain.
Okay.
That's actually probably better for you right now.
Yeah.
As they begin to nip and claw at you, as you kind of make your way through the cloud as they go. Player turn. Warren, Rinzu, Connor, Hiei.
Trying to think of what how do you actually like attack like shifted?
Oh, you have to use your storm. Basically, you use your storm stone as and it's a brawl check with your storm stone.
And then how do I use overshift instead of? Can I use
To overshift, you make an action, and you make a discipline check using your presence. And if you succeed, you get a +2 to your agility.
Jesus. Okay, I think I'm just going to attack them with my dagger then, right now.
I mean, you can just regular shift too if you want.
I can't brawl. Like brawn, I don't have that.
I mean, that's fair.
Can't you use agility for it?
Yeah, oh yeah, you use your agility for it.
Oh, I use my then
Yeah,
fine. I'm gonna use my. I'm gonna use that. Okay, then what is it against?
What are you hitting?
Whatever's attacking me right now.
Oh,
Like,
the cloud
one of
the
those.
crowd of ravens.
Yes.
It's gonna be against it's against 1 base difficulty because it's a fucking gigantic minion group. And it's not hard to get a crow. But they do have 3 evasion. So 3 black dice. All right, that's 5. Pierce 2. Yeah. So 5 damage straight.
Wait, are you transformed?
Oh yeah,
Don't you get another?
yeah. When you're transformed, your agility. So yeah, roll 1 more green dice for me real quick. Cool. 6 damage.
It's the thing that I forget because like it doesn't have my.
Yeah, it doesn't do it automatically.
It doesn't say the stats.
And
have
so you actually take out 5 of the ravens, and so you transform, you leap out and slash and flick your tail with swift motions and sink your teeth into one of the ravens, and as each of them get hit, they burst into a cloud of phantasmal feathers that vanish. We actually kill 5 of them. They don't have a lot of HP.
Good.
Each one only has 1 hit point. All right. And what are you doing with your maneuvers? Anything? Well, one of them you have to transform with.
Yeah.
And you have an advantage, so you can recover a strain or pass a boost dice.
I'm gonna recover a strain.
Okay. So you're at 2. And you still have 1 maneuver if you spend 2 strain if you want.
No, I feel like I'm gonna need those.
Fair enough.
So I have a suggestion.
Yes.
Can we have Warren try to take this bitch out?
Who, so try and take Raimi?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want.
I suggest we don't kill Raimi, actually.
Or not kill her, but just
Clip her wings.
like remove her from the fight, essentially.
Oh, that's what I was going to try and do.
Yeah. Okay. Then I guess have Warren go for Julius then?
I mean, I
Or
wanted
the
to take
summons.
out, yeah, some of the summons.
Okay, yeah.
So Warren's going to go. Who do you want him to go for? The big one?
Probably the Phoenix.
All right. He kind of wants to go for the big guys.
Of
Hey,
course
Warren,
he
did I
does.
tell you something about birds?
You know, you did. Oh, wrong one.
Might as well name this mission Killing Birds.
Killing birds.
Killing 2 birds with
True.
1 stone.
We have 2 stones, though.
Killing 1 bird with 2 stones.
Killing 1 bird with 2 stones.
Let's be honest, there's really only 1 bird that we really want dead.
Yeah.
Frankly, I would prefer her living with the idea that Julius hates her. I feel like that's preferable.
No.
Oh, I completely agree with you.
No, I still want her dead.
See,
I want the
yeah,
satisfaction of Julius killing her.
We're at an impasse.
All right. And so he's going to go ham and is going to try and do a hamstring shot
Nice.
on the Phoenix and is going to try and go for the wing. It succeeds.
It was one of my many thoughts coming into this.
Do you guys mind if he spends a story point to Lucky Strike?
Please
Go
do.
for it.
Please.
And so that's going to deal an extra 4, so 16 damage. So 12 halved, and let's see if this bitch can't stay in the air.
Tap a tap, flap.
That was not muted, Steph.
I'm sorry.
That was really a funny thing to just randomly hear.
Oh, man, I didn't hear it.
The only thing we hear Steph say all night.
Tap a tap, flap.
Yep. Sorry, guys.
Birds with tap shoes.
Ah!
Womp womp.
Steph, at least we know you're alive. That's the important thing.
So I said that you guys were like medium range in the air. So
You said long range.
well, you were long
My
range from
dude.
Julius because there was some extra distance. So the Phoenix is gonna take a bunch of damage falling. I think it's 30 base damage for falling
Does
from
it,
medium
does it
range.
hit terminal velocity?
Not quite. So it's gonna take 2 strain and 28 wounds.
Oof.
So 30 damage minus 4. So he shoots the thing and it kind of its wings kind of flap for a second, panicking as it goes, and actually it's going to reduce the damage slightly, but still a lot of damage. Six. There we go. And and it slams down on the ground with a resounding thunk. And as the dust kind of settles, its flames are still up, and it looks like it's still up, but not by a lot. It took a lot of damage from falling. And Warren, pulling the bow back from its aimed position, he just smirks and knocks another arrow. Connor, Hiei.
That bird.
Want to try to get this bitch out of the fight?
Yeah, I would love to.
Then you put yourself out.
Yes. Post haste.
Okay, so you're doing it, or am I going?
I think you're going.
Okay, I was just making sure that I didn't like accidentally start rolling while somebody else was trying to
Oh yeah,
do
no.
stuff.
I'll take the spot after the next enemy player. Yes. You're good.
She's within short range of me, right?
Yes.
I think she's engaged.
Currently, so if you use a maneuver, you can just get to short range.
Alright. I choose despair.
Oh, are you cursing her?
Yes!
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know what this
Suffer
does.
extra strain. I think that's all I get, right?
For what?
Yeah, I was just trying to remember. Yeah, that's all I get. Boom! And I can wrap her up in chains.
Oh, wait. So her wounds and strain are reduced by what?
By 4.
Oh. Oh. That's one way to take someone out. Because that drops her wound threshold below her current wounds.
Ha.
Neat! That's a fun thing. Ow! Alright, so yeah, she's gonna also suffer a critical injury from that. So how do you do this?
Connor stands up, brushes himself off, and for someone so clever, maybe you should come up with a better monk here. And he's going to like grab one of the chains on Gleipnir and then move it towards her, like pulling it off the book almost. And the chain lashes out, wraps around her arm, and then sinks into her skin, leaving like a tattoo mark there.
And so as she's dropped down to the ground, she shifts out of her beast shifted form. God, her wound threshold's so low now. And you drag her down to the ground. And the chains continue binding her as she's pulled out of her beast ship form. And Master, please! She shouts to Julius. And Julius raises a hand out, and all of the phantasmal cranes begin to make a beeline for you, Connor. And
Well, shit.
That's about what I expected.
they're going to use, or the first one is going to basically, they're going to be using their turn to rush towards them. Their movement is slow enough, or well, is fast enough but slow enough where they can cover the distance, and basically they get to short range. Or the first one will. Hie, you get to go first.
All right. I'm going to. The wyvern's big enough where I can sort of position myself underneath it slightly, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just gonna hunker down there. I'm gonna pat myself out. You said it was a coordination check.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is just 3, I think. Yeah, it's just.
Okay.
Oh, you do still take the damage at the beginning of your turn, so you'll take that 4.
Okay. Let's see.
Nice. I'll let you use the 3 advantages if you want to have the damage you took from that round, so you'll only take
That would
2
be
damage.
wonderful.
And yeah, so you're able to pat yourself down pretty easily. And so that's
Alright.
your action, but you
Yep.
still have your maneuvers if you like.
How far away are, like, how big of a clearing is this?
It's kind of through like a forest. There's like trees sporadically through it. It's like a light forest.
Okay, I would like to then dart behind, or dart into the forest a little bit, and just sort of situate myself so that I'm away from the immediate clusterfuck that's about to happen.
Okay, yeah, that's very easily done.
And then, is making a stealth check an action, or can I do that as part of the maneuver?
It's also an action.
Okay.
Or no, sorry, it is basically you can actually do it as a maneuver.
Okay. Then, in that case, I will suffer 2 strain for a second maneuver, and I'll go ahead.
Let me figure out what Julius is. Oh God, he's not actually that good at this. This is going to be against 2 red and 1 purple.
Okay.
Add 3 boost dice because Raimi is incapacitated and it is dark.
Sounds good. And then let's see. Gifted gives me a boost dice. Knack for remove setback. So just that.
Yes.
What?
Okay.
Can I use those advantages to recover all of my strain?
No, since this was as a maneuver, you can't.
Okay.
But you basically you're going to be able to do that, but you're going to upgrade the first check that you make when you leave stealth.
Okay.
With that, but everything else is good.
So what can I do with these advantages?
You can get 2 boost dice on your next check as well.
Sure.
So the cranes all charge forward. And music change.
Oh dear.
And Julius is going to take his second turn. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. We'll see what happens. And I'm going to upgrade this. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Wow, I'm getting blasted so hard.
No. And so Julius points his right hand up in the air and places the back of his palm on his elbow for a moment. And as he does, you see the night sky begins to flicker a little bit. And let's see. He's using the curse ability and has extended the range and basically added enough shit where he's added the doom, the additional target, and extra range to be able to target you guys. And he's going to be able to hit 4 targets. So, Connor, Davian, Alstro, and Rinzu.
Damn it.
The 4 of you guys are all cursed.
Fuck, damn it.
I can't get away from curses, man.
While he has this curse up, until the end of his, he's going to keep it up until the curse drops. You decrease the ability of any skill check you make by 1. So you remove one green dice from any check. In addition to that, after you make your check, I can change 1 die in the pool, not displaying a triumph or despair, to a different face. And as you guys look, only the 4 of you guys notice this. The sky begins to shift, and as it does, as you look up to the moon, it has a foreboding feeling to it, and the sky turns blood red. But only for the 4 of you guys. And new player turn.
Okay. So I'm
And-
fine.
Oh, sure, you need to get that off us.
Yeah.
And he's going to use a maneuver to keep that up. And now he's going to make an attack using the first initiative slot here.
Hmm.
In the new round. Let's see.
it's a hell of an action, sir.
Yeah, man. He's a boss. He slowly moves his way forward, and as he kind of walks as all these spells are happening, he gets into medium range. And he's going to... Let's see. And Alstro, he's actually going to target you with this next spell. So that's base. And he's in medium range. So base. All right. Nice. And so Alstro, you are going to suffer 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You're going to suffer 16 points of magic damage.
And does the blue stone?
Yeah, it still reduces it. So you are
Okay.
taking 1. That said, I need you to make a hard difficulty resilience check.
Yay!
As he raises his hand, a beam of energy kind of impulses on you from the moon itself, and as it does, you kind of feel your body weaken, as if the moon itself was kind of oppressing you with its
Okay,
strength.
so that's 3 difficulty.
1 of the moon, that is. 3 difficulty. Large. So you're going to suffer 5 wounds and 5 strain.
Yay!
Or 4, sorry, 4 wounds and 4 strain. This one's 4. And that is his turn. Next up is an enemy turn. One of the cranes is going to go and is going to rush forward and attack Connor. Oh. What is your evasion right now?
Same as before, 3.
And you take 5 points of damage as the crane flies up and one of its talons clips through you. It is Pierce 4. So.
Oh no, I just automatically assume I'm taking full damage.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, with these guys, the cranes do have Pierce.
Is it magic damage or physical?
Physical. And they're going to inflict a critical injury with one of those. And you have 1 rank of durable. Slightly dazed. And so as it flies forward, a flurry of phantasmal feathers in your face. It strikes at you with its attacks, and you're disoriented until the end of the encounter. So you will add a setback dice to any checks that you. Player turn. Warren, Melody, Rinzu, Connor, Hiei, Davey, and Alstro.
Okay. So I'm gonna move.
Oh, also, sorry, real quick. Those 2 threats that Julius got, what do you guys want to spend those on?
Strain.
You can, if
Strain.
you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Using my maneuver to go in between the crane and Connor, suffering a strain for an extra maneuver to activate Aether. And so I am going to be using Bodyguard, so that's an extra 2 strain. I'm going to use... I'm doing the math wrong. Okay. Then I'm activating Defensive Stance, so that's another +2. And with that, I'm actually going to attack the crane.
All right.
What's the difficulty?
The one that's up at Connor?
The one that's up Connor.
Gotcha.
All right, what's the difficulty?
Oh, right. It's, so it'd be 1 purple, 1 red, and 4 black.
4 red.
4 black.
Oh.
Not 4 red. Oh, God.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, just one purple, one red, 4 black. They have a lot of evasion. But they're made of paper mache.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, God, and this is with the weapon that does bonus damage. Blur.
Yep.
Oh, but remember, you add an extra purple
Oh, that's right, because
it's a fucking great sword.
yeah, one
Homie.
hand. Yeah, listen.
You also you roll 1 less die because we're cursed.
Oh, yeah, so you get 1
Yeah.
less green.
Also,
Yeah.
a question. I looked over the Sapphire Stone's abilities, and it says I can't be cursed. As
Yeah, she can't.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
you can't be lit on fire, charmed, cursed, or manipulated.
Oh, cool. So I wasted that on you.
Good.
also
But you do still take the damage.
Can I make a suggestion before you start rolling though? Rick?
Oh.
Can she try to remove this curse off us?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, you can do that. Yeah, you guys have a couple turns back to back. So yeah, never mind. You don't get cursed. God damn it. These MacGuffins are too powerful.
Also, can I use the try to use the blue stone to dispel the curses? Actually,
Yeah.
because it says the effects that you can dispel and the magnitude at which they are dispelled is greatly increased. So how does that? It doesn't say how it mechanically works.
Yeah.
But
Let me read the dispel spell again real quick. Basically, you can make it with base 2 difficulty instead of base.
okay.
And you can target multiple people. So never mind. Yeah, you can. Additional target is +2 difficulty. So you can try and hit it on multiple.
And can I only, if I'm using Avalon, I can't do the Avalon upgrade. Or if I'm,
Yeah, you can't do the Avalon upgrade if you're using the stone.
Yeah.
Specifically because that
that would be bad.
interrupts each other. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use my action or maneuver to aim. And, yeah. Nothing else I can do. Okay, let's go. So it's 4 difficulty.
Yeah, 4 if you're hitting multiple targets. Yep.
Yeah.
Could reroll the
Okay,
green
yeah,
dice.
I'm gonna reroll the green die.
Do it. Yay!
Yeah.
And so with one of those advantages, you can actually make it hit all 3 of the cursed targets.
Yeah, no, removing the curse from everyone.
Oh, thank you.
Thank God.
Nice.
Nice.
And so Alstru clutches where the bluestone is as Julius attacks her, and actually around like starts channeling this as he attempts to curse her, and
Mhm.
just says, "Oh no, you don't!" And her typical magic that is like flowery and vines made out of light. Typically, though, yellow is okay if it turns blue.
Yes.
And just kind of wraps around everyone.
And on top of that, the 4 of you guys, the moon, which was previously red, actually turns to soft blue instead. The greater moon in the sky, Ash, if you will.
Can I do something for extra dramatic effect?
Yeah, fuck it.
So that up to this point, I had been dressed up like in the priestess, still having the headdress, and then just kind of my hair frees itself.
Whoosh.
And so I'm just doing this while making eye contact with Julius.
All right. And so yeah, that happens. And so yeah, you do that with your action. You still have 1 maneuver if you want to spend 2 strain.
Can I actually use it to say something?
Yeah.
And make the first.
Yeah, by all means.
Julius, that there has been a misunderstanding. I know you're not the type of man who would order the sacking of a city.
His eyes narrow at you. And you can tell that there's a lack of comprehension. Not like he doesn't understand what you're saying, but that he doesn't know
Doesn't
what you're talking
understand.
about. Yeah.
Is that all I can say in this turn?
Effectively, that is a help action. The next if somebody else in this turn uses a social check, they will get a bonus to try and wise.
Yeah. Okay, Rinzu, I'm counting on you.
Oh my God. Okay.
Next player turn: Warren, Melody, Rinzu, Connor, Hiei, Davian.
Davian wants to crush a thing. I'm gonna let him crush the thing.
Crush the thing, Davian. Crush the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, I'm going.
Good
Did I-
lord.
Yeah.
Did I crush the thing?
He crushes the thing.
8, 9, 10, 8 damage. What's the pierce on that?
Fucking 1. Effective against monsters.
If you want to spend those two triumphs, I'll let you cleave and hit a second target or a second crane if you want.
Was it? There's 2 there?
There's like 4 of them all rushing at Connor right now.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
And it's Pierce 2, right? Oh god.
I'll
Ugh.
pierce one.
Oh, Pierce 1.
Sorry,
And so
I-
so as these things swing forward, your weapon, you swing it in a wide arc, and it clips two of them as they go, and both of them flicker a bit as the weapon kind of flashes as it passes through them. They're not looking so good. They're still up. That said, Davian, you're going to suffer one strain and add a setback dice to your next check. As the stress of swinging this large weapon in one arm takes its toll on your arm a little bit. Warren, Melody, Rinzu, Connor, Hiei. Who would like to go next?
So there's 4 things coming at me, right?
Yes, there are 4 things. 2 have been hit. The other 2 in the back have not.
Are people okay if I put up a barrier so I don't die?
Sure.
That's completely fair.
Can you heal yourself?
Also, I have those wyverns that are still around that can do things.
That's true.
I want them to crush other cranes.
Oh yeah, that's fair. They'll basically help take care and make sure that effectively they're going to make sure that any other reinforcements summoned by Julius will not be. So there are no more reinforcements now. He will not be able to summon anything else. Effectively, the wyverns and what remains of the things that he summoned and brought in will not be able to help.
I am totally okay with this.
That way, we don't have to add a bunch of wyvern stats, and we'll just say you're dealing with the 4 cranes, the Phoenix, the Ravens, and him, and that's it. Between Nate and Nate Westland and the wyverns, they'll take care of the
Sanctuary
rest.
works on these guys, doesn't it?
It does.
Fuck yeah. All right, so I have the easy barrier. I have evasion because I can add that for free, and there's no reason not to. And sanctuary. 3.
Sanctuary.
Hopefully this doesn't fuck me.
Yeah, you
Reroll.
said
Reroll.
Will you guys stop me from spending a story point to reroll that blank?
Reroll it. Reroll it.
No,
Reroll
spend it.
Reroll it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
There we go.
better. And so how does this look?
Connor has the stone in his left hand. It kind of squeezes a little bit, and then light spills out around it and across his body, like just kind of like a shell.
And like those flickering images, which almost look like a similar vein to the kinds of magic circles that you've seen within a lot of light magic tomes like Avalon and others, begin to appear and kind of circle around him, protecting. That said, so Sanctuary, what does that do again exactly?
They can't. I can't be engaged by.
They cannot engage you.
Yeah.
And so those 2 other cranes, they rush forward to try and hit you, and they bounce off of a magical barrier as they do. And as it does, the first crane is going to defer and is going to attack Davian, the person who just hit him.
I'm pretty sorry.
oh, fuck off.
He's a tank. It's fine. So you have 2 from the shield.
2 from the sword. And I have
Good lord.
defensive stance, so upgrade it once.
Oh, defensive stance. You have to use a maneuver.
I did,
enter.
with
Oh, you did.
Acer.
That's right. I'm sorry. Hiya! And they deal 5 points of damage. It is Pierce 4, so they deal
Oh.
the minimum 4 points of damage to you
Okay.
as they manage to squeeze through your attack. But they suffer 1 strain as you bash it with your shield to hit it back, and ow, that's like almost killing it. The Phoenix is going to get up next, and it's going to get up, and it is going to. Julius looks at it, and with a nod, the Phoenix's eyes burn, and it's going to rush towards Alstro. And as it flies low, its talons coming out, each one the size of you,
Hey,
and
Eric.
it's going to swing at you. What's up?
The Phoenix is immobilized until the end of its next turn.
Is that what it does?
Yes, it does.
Ah,
Okay. Since it fell out of the sky, I'm gonna spend a dark side story point to say that it can go ahead and do this, especially because it took 20 damage from that. But it is going to upgrade its attack. So basically, because of its size and because of the height of it, it's going to be able to act, but it's going to have difficulty. So,
Alright.
and let's see. Do you have any evasion or anything, Alstro? This is just flat here. Do you guys want to spend a story point to upgrade it or anything?
Yes.
Ha!
Oh,
It
wait.
misses.
Do I have a maneuver still?
Yeah, probably.
I want a counterspell.
Oh yeah, sure, totally. And you're in medium range with Julius at this point,
I
so yeah,
know.
you can totally do that. And so yeah, the Phoenix comes up, and Alstro, at last minute, you hold up your staff, and a barrier of magic kind of protects you, and the Phoenix slams into it for a second, and it breaks the shield but blasts backwards, and you are undamaged by the attack. Yeah, that's it. That said, you're going to add a setback dice to your next check, which I think is fair, due to the stress of it slamming onto you. Next player turn. Warren, Melody, Rinzu, Hiei.
Doesn't Connor want a counterspell?
No, that's a maneuver.
Yeah,
Oh.
counterspell just upgrades any spell checks that enemies use. So basically, if Julius casts spells, it'll be harder.
Okay.
It's just like magically interfering.
Can we have either? Could someone try and kill this bird?
I'll take a stab at it.
Literally.
Well, sort of.
Kinda.
How far away is it from me?
Because you kind of went out a little bit, it's in close range. Because you're able to be in a good spot.
Oh, that's fine.
I figured you'd be okay with that.
That works for me.
So it's larger than you, so it's going to be base 0 difficulty, because it is 2 silhouettes larger than you. And you're going to adversary to it, so it's against one. It's basically going to be against 1 red and two black. You're going to add 1. You're going to upgrade it once because of the despair you got, so it's going to be 1 purple and 1 red, and add 2 extra boost dice because of the stealth.
I'm gonna take a. Yeah, I'm gonna take the true aim maneuver. Grab another boost dice and upgrade it for free. Yep. And see what this does.
Phew! Phew!
Nice.
Oh god, that's right. I forgot you do an absurd amount of damage now.
Yup.
So
Deadly accuracy.
describe how you kill it.
As much as I would rather not kill one of the righteous symbols of my country, it is currently being not very nice.
And it's
so,
fake. It's okay.
And it's fake. Even still. Muttering a slight apology, or a quiet apology in Fernongese, I pull my bow back, and just as the arrow comes whizzing past, it just sort of like goes right past Alstromaria's, like the right side of her hair into the beast's chest, and it just dissipates.
And the arrow actually passes straight through it as it bursts into an array of feathers and fire as it in fact dissipates completely. And yeah, anything with your maneuvers? And you have that triumphant advantage to spend too. Do you recover a strain? You can pass a boost.
I will recover a single point strain, because I'm getting kind of up there. And can I upgrade the next player's check with Triumph?
Yeah, totally.
And I think it's time for Renzu.
Yeah, let me talk, man.
Yeah,
Do the
please.
thing!
Do the thing.
Well, hearing what Alstro said she's actually going to transform back to two legs.
All right. You can just do that for free. So
Okay, cool. And she's going to look at Julius. Julius, what Austro says is true. They're called the Wagey.
the Wagey, yes.
Wagey. During the rally, the Wagey started attacking people on the port. They took out most of the Blackwatch mercenaries.
All of them actually.
Yeah.
All.
They're dead.
We have your letter. We can prove it.
And to synchronize with that, Warren is going to use his maneuver to give you a boost dice as a help action as well. And he actually knocks an arrow, wraps the letter around it, and shoots the arrow, which boom, sticks into a tree a couple feet away from Julius. Make a charm check for me.
And is it upgraded twice?
You're gonna get 1 upgrade and 1 boost dice.
Okay.
That means I get 3 boost dice.
The difficulty is against 4. I'm gonna upgrade the difficulty once with a story point.
Upgrade it back.
I'm gonna upgrade it one more time because actually no, I'm not
Wait,
because you
can I
haven't.
cancel that dark side by just taking it away from you? With my
Yeah,
human ability.
I guess. There, you can
No.
just take it. That's fine.
There.
Take it. I don't want it anyways.
Alright.
And yeah, that's it.
Did I get the one thing? No, I didn't get the one from. Did I get the one from Hiei?
Yeah, so
Upgrade,
you get the upgrade from you get an upgrade from that. You get an upgrade from Alstro, and you get a boost dice from Warren. So 2 upgrades, 2 boost dice.
Okay, so 2 upgrades and 2 boost dice.
Yes.
This is a lot of dice, guys.
Look at how
Don't say
charming you
anything,
are.
Just roll it.
There you go.
Oh, right.
There we go.
That's a lot of fucking dice.
Is Fredboat working? Ha!
But
Aha.
Yes.
that would please,
He
we
back.
just want to talk.
And he kind of pants for a moment, and from the magical exertion, and he looks over at the letter, and he looks over at you, and he reaches over and he grabs it. The phantasms all stop what they're doing. They stop attacking, they stop storming. All of the ravens fly up and they all land on the trees. They're all looking down at what's going on. The cranes stop, they fold their feathers and retreat their talons and such. Raimi, don't listen to them. Or Master, don't listen to them,
I thought she
Raimi
was
says.
unconscious.
She's still conscious.
Is she?
Uh,
Can I
Yes.
change that?
Oh, God.
shut her up.
And as you're
Or no,
As
actually,
you-
I'm gonna type something at you.
and he unfolds the letter and reads it. That you can do. And you see his brow furrows. This is not the letter. This is not the letter that I wrote. What is the meaning of this?
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm just gonna fling her at, like, still attached to Jane and just kind of slam her in front of him.
Who did you have deliver the letter, Julius? Knowing full well.
And his eyes slowly move down to Raimi. Master, don't listen to them. They're trying to deceive you. They're trying to make you lower your guard. He raises a hand. And she stops talking. That's enough. What are you suggesting, Alstrom?
I'm suggesting that your letter was replaced by someone who knew your handwriting, who was able to copy it, and who also knew Fengarongese.
Did you do this? He says, looking down at Raimi. Of course not, Master. They're lying to you. This is a fabrication. They have and she gestures over towards Hiei and says, "They have a member of the Shadowcast. You know they could replicate your handwriting if they wished."
You dare think that I would turn my own people upon innocent civilians?
He's working with traitors. There's no depth to which he wouldn't stoop. You know this, Master. You know this. I would never betray you.
Is that why you begged for us not to allow Julius to go to the rally? To stay there? Because you were worried?
Additionally,
She like looks at you, Connor, with anger and a hint of fear. Still bound by the chains.
also, what happened with Amara's knives? If she was attempting to try and assassinate you, why didn't she have any of her knives on her? If she had started the fire, why would she do so without being equipped?
Clearly, it was to throw off the trail. She was clever, like her mother. It makes sense, Master. Please, you can't believe their lies. And his face darkens. What else have you lied about, Raimi?
Oh,
What other things? What other things have you lied about? Master, please, I would never, nothing I ever did to you. Master Julius, nothing I ever did it was always for what was best for you. I would never do anything that would harm you. Never.
But you would do anything to harm others. If
What
it meant-
happened to... Alster actually puts a hand over Davian. What happened to your wives, the servants?
The ravens take back to the sky again and begin circling the two of them. Everything. It was all you. Every last thing. Please. Julius, have mercy. I can explain, I promise. He shakes his You. You should never speak again. Please, Master, And just then, her voice stops, and she reaches her hand up to her mouth, and she looks like she's trying to talk, but no words are coming out. And the ravens begin to descend. And she tries to push off, tries to fight them off, but there's far too many. And as she opens her mouth as if to scream, no words come out. And she's surrounded by this cloud of ravens until you can't see anything else. As 100 and more ravens pile into this writhing cloud. And when they disperse and fly away, there's nothing. Nothing left. Nothing remaining. And Julius drops to his knees and looks down at his hands. His phantasmal conjurations dissipating slowly. Almost as if
Julius.
falling apart.
Julius, I'm sorry.
What have I done? Spirits, Ashley, forgive me.
The spirits do not forgive. They teach.
What lesson is there to learn in the death of your own daughter by your own hands?
I did not say they would be easy lessons.
I have committed a sin most grievous. And my ignorance has cost the lives of many. I submit myself to your mercy, Prince Connor, Princess Ostromare. And he bows. He bows deeply. Head to the dirt.
I'm gonna take a look at Alstro.
First order of business. She also sent your letter to your brother-in-law, yes?
Yes.
I'm afraid how she might have tampered with that as well.
I cannot even begin to fathom.
And there's nothing left of her.
No.
Not even from the crows.
Make a vigilance check real quick, using your presence instead of your willpower. So basically, make a presence check.
Presence.
Her
I guess-
skeleton's still there.
Difficulty. No, it's not.
Oh. What the
Can I
fuck
use
kind
the
of crows
right
are
die?
these?
Yeah, no, there's nothing
They're efficient ones.
except a single feather. We're gonna say a
What's the
single
difficulty?
feather is there. Single blue jay feather. 3. Unfortunately, not. You're not exactly sure what happened, but somehow the phantasms appear to have stripped everything that was left of her lore away from her as well in their attack, and it has since been dissipated with phantasms themselves.
There's no way you could pull anything from the feather.
No, fortunately not.
Mm-mm.
Um,
I'm spending that also just as assurance about the.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you the
how
work on.
crazy would it be to try and reverse time in a small area to at least when the crows were there? Not so much like resurrect her.
That wouldn't really, unfortunately, be possible because they weren't living things; they were essences of magic. All of that magic is already dissipated, and so getting that exact magic back would be rather difficult.
You see, rather difficult, not impossible.
When I say rather difficult, I mean impossible.
All right. Well. How long does it take a letter to get sent to Arcanon?
It will take it would likely take about a week.
Okay.
We could try and intercept it.
Yeah.
Especially if she would be using her own network, probably.
Yeah.
Or
We have a bird for that.
You'd probably have to
I was
have
thinking
that
the same
time
thing.
accept it.
Yeah, no, as soon as this is actually, let's take him back to Emnet with us to discuss. In the meantime, and she's actually going to try and port back to where Vet is back to Brimrad.
Yeah, you would be able to do that.
Yeah, so get that underway. So I am peacing out for a bit to try and intercept this letter. See you guys in a bit.
And go ahead and make a magic check against Alstro. And then what were you saying, Connor?
Oh, I'll let her do that first, and then we can.
Oh, it's okay. She'll probably succeed.
3 difficulty?
Jesus!
So does she just appear in front of Vet?
I
Like-
think so, yeah. Which we'll get to that in a second.
Westland.
He looks to you.
I'm gonna defer to you on this one.
He nods.
And I'm just gonna kind of nod towards Julius. That's your responsibility.
And Westland sheets his blade, and he puts a hand on Rinzu's shoulder as he walks past. Uncle. I know what it is like to make a grievous mistake. To feel like nothing you could ever do would possibly make something better again. Especially after such a thing. But this need not be the end, Uncle. You live still. And as long as you still live, you can always make a difference. I've learned this firsthand. These last couple of months have been difficult, but I've gotten through it. And I believe that you are more than capable of making this right. That reprehensible witch, what she did to you is unforgivable. But she can do that no longer. You made sure of that. And so, little would be accomplished if we were to blame you for the deeds that she forced your hand to commit. And to deprive you of the opportunity to make right on those mistakes would be worse still. Please, Uncle. I need your help. What happened here will not be enough to defer my father. And though the Weiji has retreated and will not support them, there are still others. Other villains who would manipulate our family, who would manipulate our nation to hurt them. We can't let this happen. Please, Uncle, help me. Help me fix all of the mistakes that our family has made. That all of Flagala has made. You can help us build a better world. I'm gonna make a charm check with him. Leslie. And he's gonna get an upgrade. And what is his cool?
Wow.
What?
You know, that's actually perfect. That's actually perfect. And Julius is silent for a moment. And slowly he looks up at his nephew. Yes. I suppose you're right, Westland. The spirits will not forgive me if I do not make right on the sins that I've caused, on the darkness that I've spread through our land, blind to the suffering of others. I will help you make this right. All of you. Though I've lost much in the destruction of my manor, I still have some connections, some resources that we can use. Mayhap I'll be able to do something to turn my brother-in-law against this fight. To awaken him to his own ignorance. I should have known the moment I turned on my own blood. But it's too late to mourn. And he stands. I will aid the blood of Legala. If you will allow it, Connor.
Connor smiles, and you're hardly the only person seeking redemption.
And he smiles a very, very sad smile. Then I suppose we must off. There is much and more that we must take care of. Amara, her... Have we seen to her last rites?
Connor nods.
I would visit before we return. And with that, unless you guys have anything else to do, you can
Westland, Rinzu.
Yes.
Would you go with him?
She's going to look at him sadly and yes.
Westland nods. We'll meet up with you back in Brimrad. Don't wait up on our... We may need to camp for the evening. And Warren nods and says, At least we can rest easy knowing that we've completed what we came here to do. The Wagey won't threaten the blood of Legala, and Brimrad was not destroyed. I know that this ain't gonna be easy. But what we did here is pretty big. Trust me, I'm very aware of that. Brimrad might be a shithole, but if we would have lost it, we would have been in a bad place. So before we start running off, let's camp. It's late. And we're not going to accomplish anything if we don't. We're not going to accomplish anything if we don't get any rest. Let's make camp. We'll leave off tomorrow. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm pretty knocked out.
And with that, you guys will make camp and head back to Brimrad and all that the next day. We're gonna take a quick break here, and we'll get back to it at 10:10. So we'll go ahead and start with so Alstro, you appear, and you appear in an alleyway in the middle of the night, right outside of a door, as Vet is literally stepping outside of it right now. And he like his wings like flare up, and he kind of like jumps back, and like he draws a knife, but then sees that it's like sees it's you, and is like, "Oh my, look, we just got the entire town just got raided. Maybe you should be a little bit more careful with that, showing up out of nowhere thing."
I didn't know where I would land. But apparently it's good luck. I need your help with something.
Okay. It'll cost you.
Yes. What's his going rate right now?
You might do
Depends,
this one for free, actually.
it depends on the circumstance.
And she kind of goes and explains what happened. Like goes into like, so we found the person that was responsible. We found the Raven Queen, the person that was responsible. She also forged the letter to have the city raided. We met up with Julius, fought, and he realized, after realizing what she had done, she is now dead. But we also don't know what she sent in the letter to Alexis. So I was going to get your help to try and intercept it before it reached Arcanon, because we have no idea what she wrote.
Huh. Wait a sec. Did you, I assume you informed him that this was a Blue Jay Togwell?
Yeah, and that she, like, Elster probably brought up her idea that she was likely the Raven Queen. Like, if, like, no one else really, like, if she was active, like, that was her assumption.
His face darkens. Oh, that's just rich. And she's dead now. Yeah.
Picked apart by 1,000 crows.
Poetic. Tell you what, Alstro. This one's on me.
Thank you, Vet. Still gonna pay him, though.
I mean,
Later,
he'll take the money, but
Yeah. Like, a little bonus. Not much, but, like, gotta keep good relations with the... Yeah, so...
Blue Jays. It's always Blue Jays, you know? All right.
I don't, but I assume I know now.
I have to do some digging, but I have a feeling I might find some more information about this Raimi. About what she may have done. Something tells me that you may have just plugged a leak that I've been hunting for some time. So if anything, I owe you a favor now.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. Though, intercepting that letter to Alexis takes high priority.
I'll see what I can do, but if she was the person who I think she may have, I can't make you any promises. at the very least, I can get a second letter there, and in a day or two later, I can see what I can't do about that.
Thank you. So yeah, when Julius gets to Brimrat, I'm gonna force him to write a letter. It
That's
probably
fair.
won't be too hard.
No, he would be doing that. And he shakes his head, and he'll go, and he's got some things to look into. But yeah, he will do that. And so that night, I'm guessing, what else are you taking care of that night? Mostly, I'm guessing, just like making sure that the town's not falling apart.
Making sure B has a place to stay.
Yeah, because you'd be able to find her. And
Yoink. Found you.
oh, hey, how'd you get? You know what? Never mind. You could do that crazy teleporting. That's really handy, you know. I took care of everything at the manor. I guess I should probably find somewhere to sleep.
We can go back to the church.
Okay, that works.
Also, is Dante with her?
Yeah. I think Dante
Okay.
probably just followed with her.
Yeah. Bork.
And yeah,
bork.
poor sad doggo.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you'd be able to find to get her safety and take care of the rest of the stuff. Was there anything else in particular you needed to do that night, or
Probably more damage control.
yeah, just making
Like-
sure that people are okay and all that?
Like, now appearing as Alstro, helping the city.
Yeah, I guess you don't really need to hide anymore. Oh,
Yeah.
all hostile targets have been eliminated.
Yeah, just kind of like in a PR manner, making sure that it's seen that the blood of Legala is helping this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, most people don't exactly understand that it was just a mercenary company and will be a little confused.
Yeah, no,
So-
it's saying it was a mercenary company caused by, like, kind of making sure the information gets spread to, and probably going to write a missive explaining what happened and having it distributed in the city by the next morning.
Yeah, you'd
It's
you'd
like
be able
Feng-
to take care of that.
Feng Rangu is not attacking us. It was a, God, how do I even describe what happens?
It was
A
an independent
senseless
mercenary.
act of terror.
Kinda, yeah. It was. Well, I mean, if you want, you could also spin it to make it look like it was like it was Millicent's people's fault, even though it wasn't.
Do it.
Probably not a good idea. That's up to
No.
you.
That's no.
No, because you'll get turncoats too. That'll come to us because they don't want to be part of that.
Probably the most I'll do was say that it was a mercenary company that Alexis hired, because that
That's
isn't
not a lie.
yeah, that isn't a lie. And so, and in a senseless act of terror, they decided to raise the city. So, not saying that Alexis ordered the attack on the city, but basically through his actions, he allowed it to happen, which isn't exactly false.
It's true. Can I have you make a deception check? But getting 2 boost dice against 3 difficulty.
Oh yeah, I was actually going to put my bonus experience into deception, so
That's hilarious. Basically, to see how convincing this is public.
I gotta intense focus this. And what's his difficulty again?
Difficulty is 3.
Man, look at that pile of story points.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Jesus.
Consistent.
Double triumphs
There's
There's
abound.
been a lot of
Shit.
triumphs tonight.
That's
Yeah.
your second double triumph in a row, by the way.
Holy shit.